Hey guys, welcome to today's video. This week we're taking a look at creamy garlic butter Tuscan shrimp. Found this one online. The link will be in the description below. It is, as described, coated in a light creamy sauce filled with garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, and spinach, packed with incredible flavors. And it fairly well lived exactly up to that. With the link in the description below, you'll be able to see the ingredients and the instructions. Some changes I made based on the preferences of my wife and the other people living in the house. Cut the sun-dried tomatoes in half, so I only used about 2.5 ounces as opposed to the 5. I did use about a third of a cup of white wine, which is one of the optional ingredients. It calls for a half cup. I did not use the dried Italian herbs or the fresh parsley on top, because I forgot those two. But it's a fairly simple, quick cooking process. All in one pan. I served mine on top of a bed of spaghetti as opposed to, in the recipe, potentially tossing it in the sauce with it. I prefer to keep those two a little separate. As far as the taste goes, it is rich, it's creamy, it's got a surprising depth of flavor for what all goes into it. It's a very simple recipe and holds up very well. Something I might do next time around is add a little bit of crushed red pepper, just to kind of give it a little more of a zing towards the end, a little bit more warmth, and maybe a touch of lemon juice to kind of brighten it a bit, because it does end up feeling, even with it coming out a little thinner, it's a very almost heavy sauce with using the half and half. It's not quite to the same point as an Alfredo. It's still fairly heavy as a sauce, and it's very rich. And it feels like it needs something a little fresh to kind of help combat that. Mind you, I didn't serve a vegetable on the side, which is what I often try to do with meals like this. Some steamed snap peas or broccoli or asparagus, or like a very kind of bright, crunchy vegetable would have been good, because the texture came out a little flat. As you can see in the video and the montage and everything, it's fairly quick to put together. Total cook time was about 25 minutes for me, and that's because I kind of let the garlic hang out a little longer with the onions, as well with the sun-dried tomatoes, to kind of develop those as flavors as far as I could. All in all, I find it to be a very good, high-quality recipe. The only thing I don't think that the only thing I would really think to change on it is maybe do half Parmesan and half Romano cheese, if you have that on hand. I thought about doing that, kind of give it a little more of a funk, a little sharper of a flavor. Romano's really good for that. It's hard to say, but I think this would also be a really good way to use up some grilled chicken if you have it. You can cube it up and use that. I posted a picture of the result on Facebook, and my mother actually suggested switching the spinach out for kale, which I thought was interesting. It could be pretty good. To the author Karina, I really liked this recipe. You do claim that it's on the article or blog post with it that it's not overly Tuscan, even in heritage, outside of it being a creamy sauce with shrimp. I'm not familiar with Tuscany and the flavor profiles of that region specifically, so I can't really speak to that. But I can say, if you're looking for kind of a quick 35-minute dinner, throw it together, this honestly would be a really good option. And I think that'll just about wrap it up for this one. I thank you for coming along as we explore creamy garlic butter Tuscan shrimp by Karina. And again, everything will be linked down in the description below. I will go ahead and say I recommend you checking this one out. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.